So guys, yesterday Nintendo released an hour-long live stream going over everything you need to know about Nintendo Switch 2, from the games to the release date to everything about Switch 2. But today I wanted to make a video basically compiling all of that into like a 10-minute video so you guys don't need to skim through the entire 1 hour-long live stream to get all the information that you need. So let's start off first with the release date, price, and pre-order criteria you need to hit in order for you to pre-order the Switch 2. Right, first for the release date, the Switch 2 releases on the 5th of June 2025. For the prices, it's coming at £395 just for the Switch console itself, but if you want it included with the brand new Mario Kart World game, that'll be a total of £429, and you can pre-order starting on the 8th of April. But in order to pre-order, you need to hit 3 certain criteria. The first of which is that you have to have been a Switch Online member for at least 2 years by March 21st, 2025. Secondly, you must have played a certain amount of time playing purchased Switch 1 games. And finally, you must have opted in to receive promo emails. Completing all of these criteria will allow you to pre-order Switch 2 on the 8th of April. Now then, let's move over to Switch 2's brand new features like the C button, which allows you to access the brand new game chat functionality, which is basically Nintendo's own built-in Xbox party chat system or Discord chat feature. This feature will be free until March 2026, when after that point you will need to purchase a Nintendo Switch Online membership in order to gain access to the feature. Basically, if you don't have Nintendo Switch Online by March 2026, that button is going to be absolutely useless. Next, they talk about Game Share, which will allow you to temporarily share compatible games with other Switch 2 or Switch 1 users, allowing you to just share games that you have but your friends don't for a limited time, which is quite cool. Now though, let's talk Switch 2's main system features. Things like a 1080p screen, 120 FPS support, it also supports HDR, and each Joy-Con can now be used like a computer mouse. In terms of storage, you now have 256 gigabytes of internal storage, which is 8 times more than the Switch 1, and then you also have 4K resolution in docked mode, it seems. You might also get that in handheld, but I highly doubt it. Seems to be that will be exclusive to docked mode. Also, you can play compatible Switch 1 games, both physical and digital, and the Switch 2 will only work with micro SD express cards for additional storage. Micro SD cards for Switch 1 will not work, and in order to transfer save data, you need to log into your Nintendo account to access the transfer save data feature, which will allow you to transfer save data and digital games from your Switch 1 to the Switch 2. And finally, there's a brand new Pro Controller coming with a C button and new GR and GL buttons on the back. Now, with all the system features out the way, let's talk the 3 main types of games that will be playable on Switch 2. First up, you have Switch 2 games, which take advantage of the performance and features of the Switch 2. You then have compatible Switch 1 games, which will just be Switch 1 games that are playable on Switch 2. And then finally, you have Switch 2 Edition games, which are Switch 1 games with new features, improved visuals, and unique ways to play on Switch 2. Basically, a DLC that uses Switch 2's new features like mouse functionality for the Joy-Cons, camera features with game chat, and more. You may need to actually pay for these new upgrade versions, like for example with Super Mario Party Jamboree, you need to pay for those brand new editions if you want to take advantage of them. And other games that have Switch 2 editions will be Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Metroid Prime 4, and Pokemon ZA, but it does seem that not every game will need you to purchase the upgrade pack. Some will be free upgrades, but others will be paid. I'm guessing that games that introduce like DLC type things, like brand new modes and stuff, you'll probably have to pay, but for games that just increase visuals and increase frame rate, that will probably be a free update. Next, Nintendo Switch 2 Online Expansion Pack is getting an exclusive GameCube library, which is exclusive to Switch 2. Games like The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX and more will be available with this new feature. And then finally, to end off here, we're just going to talk about other games that caught my attention during the live stream, the first of which being the brand new Mario Kart game called Mario Kart World, where the Grand Prix returns, but you now drive to the next racetrack. You have 24 total races, up from 12, and there's a brand new KO tournament mode where you race from one corner of the world to another. If you are below the placement number when you hit a checkpoint during this mode, you will be eliminated. There's also a free roam explorer mode where you seemingly are able to freely explore a vast open world within Mario Kart, which sounds absolutely insane and looks really, really cool. And for more details, we'll need to wait until a Mario Kart World Direct, which seems to be happening on the 17th of April. And then other games that stood out were Cyberpunk 2077 and Elden Ring, which will be launching on the Switch 2, I believe the same day the Switch 2 actually launches on June 5th. Then you've also got Donkey Kong Bonanza, Kirby Air Riders, as well as Borderlands 4, and there was a quick glimpse of Hollow Knight Silk Song, which should be coming to the Switch 2 as well. Nothing else announced about Hollow Knight there though, but people were freaking out about it just being shown in this live stream. And yeah, that's basically it for the Switch 2 announcement and all the major details that you need to know about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But with that all said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one.